It's raining man, hallelujah. It's raining man, hallelujah. Why am I singing this? Hallelujah. Why am I singing this? That will give me copyright. Actually, it would give me copyright. I like something I would do. Hold up. Give me a minute, yeah, give me a minute, yeah, give me another minute. Why am I still singing? Okay, so I know I'm a little late to this. I'm like a month late. But yes. Hold up. How is my unicorn thing keeps falling? It's raining man, hallelujah, it's raining man, hallelujah, it's raining man, hallelujah. You know, guys, YouTube already hates me by now, but like, Fiber Live, it's been so long. Where have you been? Oh, Mexico. I'm joking. I wish I've been in Mexico. When was the last time I went live? Was it a month ago? I believe so. Hold up, I'm checking. I know I posted a video 3 weeks ago, and it was like almost about to be a month. 2 months at no, 3 weeks ago. I went live 3 weeks ago. Okay, so it hasn't been a month. It has not been enough. Oh yeah, 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 yeah. It's raining men, hallelujah. It's raining men, hallelujah. It's raining men, hallelujah. It's raining men, hallelujah. I should shut the fuck up. Okay. Real talk. We are here to talk about something. So I am a month late to this. I am. How shocking. I am a month late to this, and I'm very sorry. Um, I've been I've been wanting to do this live, like talking about the whole incident with someone, and I did get someone, but she bailed. Well, she kept bailing, and that someone is Firewoman. You guys could have Firewoman back, but I was impatient, and then I have no other videos to react, and I don't want to be late on this because I'm already a month late. Um, so I was like, fuck it, because this is going to be my last live for 2025. Like I'm not quitting forever. It's just going to. I'm not going live. I'm not going live for like a while, and you know how my schedule is, guys. So, it's raining, man, hallelujah. It's raining, man, hallelujah. It's raining, man. Okay. Um, Fiber Live. When I do fan art again. I don't know. I don't know. It's been a while. Okay. Nobody by YouTube recommended. I use this channel as a reaction channel, so like the stuff I have watched on here is part a reaction. So shut the fuck up. Alright. Oh, I did not mean to do that. Oh fuck. Uh, so so you guys have not watched. If you guys don't know what Super Sentai is, I love Super Sentai. I watched it every single time. Um, Like, I am very dedicated to Super Sentai, and this is like the last year for Sentai, and I'm kind of sad. Because I pretty much grew up watching Sentai. Um, but yeah, I'm making November 11th. Okay, when this next video we're watching came out, November 15th. So we are going to react to this, and we are going to shut the fuck up. But if you guys don't know who Maya Itadori is, she is a former actor from number one Sentai Gojuger. And she recently got fired for underage drinking. I don't know how Japan laws are happening, but like here, that's fucking stupid. Getting fired for underage drinking. But yeah.
I am going to talk about the Maya Imamori Goshu unicorn situation.
I love this guy. I know he's a Kick streamer. I don't like Kick. I really don't. So I don't watch his Kick streams. I watch his YouTube. Like, I watch his YouTube and his TikToks. But he's a Power Rangers Tokusatsu reaction guy. We have a Power Sword from Power Rangers or Jew Ranger. We got the Battle Axe from Jew Ranger or Mighty Morphin. We got the more like some Power Ranger stuff or slash Sentai stuff. We got the White Ranger or Kiba Ranger from Die Ranger or Mighty Morphin. Zen Kaiser helmet, boom, from Zen Kaiser. The King Oja sword, Kamen Rider Revise, and then over here he has like, I think Kamen Rider Grime and Build right here, and then he has Kamen Rider Zet's sticker, and I believe that is race, and he also has a rider
In this video,
hat.
and I'm going to try to do so with as much nuance and perspective about the whole thing that it deserves, because it is a very slippery situation on both sides, and I'm going to start with the facts of the situation and then go more into my thoughts and the temperature of the entire fandom right now as a whole. And when I say facts of the situation, I'm going to read you excerpts from the Bunshan articles, including the original article that came out accusing Maya of being in an affair with Kosei Asai.
Okay, so I did not know about this. I did not know she like this rumor. The only thing I found out. Oh, he also has a Kamen Rider Geats Mark 9 thing. That's awesome. The only thing I knew about, she got fired for underage drinking. That's the only thing I knew about.
Goju Wolf's former suit actor.
I heard about Goju, the original Goju Wolf suit actor. He retired. I believe he had like an illness. I don't know.
As well as the second article published by them that accuses Maya of cheating on her boyfriend at the time with Kosei Asai. And I think it's important to read these articles, not because I think they're factual in any sort of way, but because it gives perspective on what a lot of people are claiming to be factual, or a lot of people are claiming to be completely fabricated stories against Maya as a smear campaign, people citing things such as racism and xenophobia and misogyny.
Yeah. What I found out, Japan is very racist over there. Like, it's very racist. Like, much racist than America. I heard they're like racist to other Americans. And then that's why they have like non-Japanese bars over there. And then and they're also xenophobic over there. And you know what? Maya Chidori, Goju Unicorn, is half that.
Of the Japanese media and people perpetuating the things that are said in these articles. Now, like I said, I don't think these articles are 100% factual, and we'll get to that at the end of kind of going through them. But what I do think is important is to read from the source of where it came from, because so far, looking around online, I haven't seen these full articles posted anywhere, but what I have seen is misinformation on top of misinformation on top of misinformation on top of gossip, and I wanted you guys to have some place to go to see just what the actual articles state and what is not stated in them but being pushed around online, so that you can get a more filled in idea and a more informed view on whatever your perception may be of the situation. So I'm going to try to do this in the most unedited, most respectful way possible. But if you do see a few cuts from here and there, it's because I either got lost on a thought or was tripping over my words a little too much, and I wanted to make this just an easy video to watch for you guys. So,
he has the Kamen Rider. What's his name? Forze driver.
Without further ado, let's read the first Bunshan article, which, like I said, was behind a paywall that I've purchased a month subscription to Bunshan for, just to avoid any kind of copyright with them. I'll probably be cutting this out into just the excerpts of the article that I think are truly important to the story. It says, Gojuger Red leaves the show due to an affair with Black within the Sentai. And this was published on September 10th of 2025. I do just want to point out, January 26th of 2025, Kosei Asai mentioned that this would be his last Sentai he was working on anyways. He does say at the end, best believe I'll be on the final live tour nationwide stages. So take that as you will. The article says, this year marks the 50th anniversary of the Super Sentai series, and the commemorative production Gojuger sees the 5 heroes transform into creatures based on the Super Sentai series, such as animals and dinosaurs. I do want to point out this is also using Google Translate, so you will see a few inconsistencies.
Yeah. I don't know what I was going to say.
Or misspellings, mistranslations throughout the thing. We'll kind of sweep it up and put it all together at the end. It's a unique story in which heroes fight against evil organizations while also fighting among themselves for the title of strongest. All 49 main characters from the series are scheduled to appear. The popularity of suit actors who transform into suit actors and perform action scenes without revealing their faces is also on the rise. Fans flock to the superhero shows in which they appear. In the past, they were seen as behind-the-scenes actors, but in this film, the suit actors' names are listed alongside their character names in the credits. The main character of Gojuger is Sentai Red Goju Wolf. He has an extraordinary sense of smell like a wolf and transforms by howling. The suit actor for this role is Kosuke Asai, 41. He is a top suit actor. He has played both the main character Red and Kamen Rider Ichigo in the Super Sentai series.
Oh my god, yeah, he played Kamen Rider Ichigo. I know it's not like the original Kamen Rider Ichigo. I think he played Ichigo in one of the when Ichigo showed up.
Only 3 people have achieved in the past, including him. His action scenes are powerful and cool while maintaining a physique that is not far removed from the slim build of the young actors who play the characters before transformation. In this film, he was personally nominated to play Red by the producer, who was impressed by Asai's acting. On September 1st, it was announced that Asai would step down due to a worsening chronic illness and be replaced by another suit actor. However, the chronic illness had undergone a, quote, transformation for a real reason, as the production staff hushed up to reveal. Even though Asai had a wife and children, he had an affair with the Sentai. His partner is the heroine who fought alongside him. She is 19 years old and plays the untransformed version of the first female black warrior in history, Goju Unicorn, Imamori Maya. She is originally from the
Imamori Maya. Yeah. I don't know if it's true or not.
Miyazaki Prefecture and is half Japanese and half Filipino, After winning the Miss Magazine Grand Prix in 2023, she has frequently appeared on the covers of manga magazines, the aforementioned reporter said. Imamori's character is intentionally charming and plays a so-called cute and cunning character. To prepare for the role, I watched the programs of my senior at the agency, Mori Kasumi, who is also known as the Reiwa era's Azato Queen, to study cunning. She herself has always been proactive in love and has always been a bit risky, said an acquaintance of Imamori. It is not clear whether Asai said Goju Wolf's catchphrase, "You are my prey," but he began attacking Imamori shortly after the show began in February of this year.
I want to be rich.
Wishing for
Okay. I really don't have anything to say, so I probably won't say anything.
more money? All you need is your phone. No.
This seems so incredibly unneeded and just like a weird and gross thing to say right off the bat. Asai sent Imamori a direct message on social media and they immediately hit it off and started dating. In between his busy schedules filming, Asai would invite Imamori over to his house when his wife wasn't around and vice versa, said a person acquaintance of the two. However,
Okay, if they actually do, if they actually did that, where did you get for proof? Like, where are you getting this information from? Did the actors say? Like,
their relationship did not last long, as another man showed a keen sense of smell similar to Wolf's. It was Asai's wife. She was furious and contacted Imamori's agency. Then, an off-field battle broke out between Asai's wife and Imamori. His wife wanted Imamori to explain the situation to her personally, but her agency refused. Asai apologized profusely to his wife, saying, "It's my fault." This summer, Toei, the production company for the show, also learned of the company's affair. Toei discussed how to proceed and decided that only Asai would step down. His departure caused a change in the filming schedule. A rift has developed between Imamori, who caused the commotion, and the other co-stars. The filming site is in chaos, said the staff member mentioned above. How would the person involved respond? We asked Asai directly. Did he leave the show because of his affair with Imamori? Who is saying that? From multiple people. Who is it? Were you having an affair? Whispering, no. Although he denied it midway through, his voice was far from Wolf. Imamori's agency said, "We are currently verifying the facts internally." When asked about Asai's reason for leaving the show due to an affair, Toei said, "We are not in a position to comment on the private lives of our cast members," the company responded. Asai has stated he intends to retire from suit acting. The price of his change of heart was too high. Right off the bat, there are a couple things I find just disgusting with this article. One, comparing Goju Wolf's suit actor to his, children's show character.
yeah. Even Sentai and Kamen are for kids. But no, it's not for kids. The characters actually die. Not in, Power Rangers. Some of the characters did die in there. They didn't show, blood and death. They just, faded. But, Sentai is a kid's show.
Couple times in there talking about "you are my prey" and his sense of smell and everything, and likening the situation to that of a children's TV show seems kind of gross, even for a TMZ style tabloid the way Bunshan is in Japan. So that didn't sit right with me as I was reading this right away. But then they wrote a second article a week later discussing more of Maya's personal life. This is from September 17th of 2025, and it says, "Is Black Warrior Imamori Maya cheating on the Japanese national soccer team member?" The suit actor for the main character, Sentai Red Goju Wolf, is married to Kosuke Asai, 41, and the actor who plays the untransformed Black Warrior, Goju Unicorn, 19. Asai stepped down from the show after an affair between the two was discovered. When Shukan Bushan magazine reported the incident, it caused a stir. Toei, the production company, initially announced the change due to Asai's worsening chronic illness, but it was revealed that this was just a pretense after the news of the affair broke. There were criticisms that it's not something children can watch. However, filming has already been completed for the next 2 to 3 months, so it's difficult to make any further changes to the cast or content, said a source close to the show. Former Miss Magazine model Imamori, who is currently on the rise in popularity, has been caught up in an unexpected scandal. Her past ex posts are also a hot topic. "I'm watching Lupat right now. The actors are so cool, it's exhausting. I don't want to watch it anymore. It's exhausting. Exhausting. I love how cool they are. April 25th, 2019, now deleted." Lupat is Kaito Sentai Lupin Ranger versus Keisatsu Sentai Pat Ranger, broadcast in 2018, in which Asai was the suit actor for the lead role. In other words, at the time of posting, she was making her love for Asai public. In fact, even on the set of Gojuger, she looked upon Asai's physical abilities with great respect and openly declared to those around her that he was irresistibly cool. I think this one's kind of a low blow, because 2019 being 6 years ago, Maya was 13, watching Super Sentai, really into it. talking about how she loved Lou Patton, the actors.
Yeah. Oh, but yeah. Uh, yeah. She probably enjoyed the show.
I don't know if she would have known the suit actor of Kosuke Asai at the time, but digging up this old tweet seems very much like a low blow, and you're just looking.
Yeah. Like looking at a old tweet. Like anyone, I said a lot of stuff in my tweet. They're not in my Twitter anymore because I know my digital footprint and I just deleted them. So I delete anything that is cringy. But what it sounds like, it's just a 13-year-old enjoying Sentai. That's it. Well, back to us.
For something that you can throw up there and say, look, see, even back then she loved Asai, where this tweet, one, doesn't mention Asai at all. Two, we talked about in the past article about how now suit actors were being more renowned than they used to be. That didn't exist back in the time of Lou Pat. It does. As a 13-year-old, I don't even think you would have known who Kosuke Asai.
Yeah. When I was watching Sentai, I think I was 10. I was watching it. I did not know any of the suit actors or actors in there. Did not know them. And I was like, oh, I knew the character names, but did not know the actor's name or the suit actors. And I didn't really care for it, so.
At that time. As a young actress, it is not surprising that she got too immersed in her cute and cunning role and made a mistake. However, Asai was not her number one. An acquaintance of Imamori spoke in a hushed voice. In fact, Imamori-san had another boyfriend that she was in a serious relationship with. Her boyfriend, Yutaka Michiwaki, 19, a professional soccer player who was selected for the Japan U20 under-20 national team this year and participated in the Asian Cup. It is said that their relationship is well known to close acquaintances. Photos of Michiwaki's face frequently appear on Imamori's private social media account, and images that appear to be line conversations between the two are also posted. They also seem to have occasional lovers' quarrels, and sometimes Michiwaki expresses anger towards her, saying, 2 years have been wasted, Imamori's acquaintance mentioned above said. Again, weird low blow that has nothing to do with the article at hand, but there might be something in here that helps us debunk this whole situation. Let's read on. She had planned to go back to Belgium to meet Michiwaki and had discussed her schedule with his agency. When Michiwaki returned to Japan in May of this year, they apparently enjoyed a date in his hometown of Kumamoto, the source said. So we know that in May of this year they were still dating, and the previous article stated that the relationship between Maya and Kosuke would have started in February when the show started. They usually have a long-distance relationship between Japan and Europe. To ease her loneliness, Imamori may have started cheating on him with an adult nearby. Imamori's agency stated that they were confirming the facts regarding the affair, but when asked again about her two-timing relationship with Michiwaki, they responded primarily as follows. After confirming the facts with all parties involved, we have found that they are not currently in a relationship, nor have they ever been seen cheating on each other in the past. Did she break up with Michiwaki? We asked Michiwaki's agent, but we received no response by the deadline. Maya's agency, Seju, was researching the facts a week earlier when asked, and finally in this article from a week later, had confirmed the facts that her and her boyfriend, Michiwaka, at least her boyfriend at the time, had never been seen cheating on each other in the past, which means if they were still together in May, this relationship was going on 2 years, and this relationship between Kosei Asai and Maya was claimed to have been started in February, then therefore, the second article just debunks the first. A lot of what I'm seeing online is people saying that the cheating allegations about Maya Imamori were baseless, and Bunshan themselves, the people who brought those allegations to light, seem to disprove it in their second article. Seju, the agency, researched the facts with all parties and basically said that they had never been seen cheating on each other, which that right there means the relationship with Kosei Asai couldn't have happened if the agency has done their research well. Which brings us to Friday night when this was posted on Toei's website. It says, apology and announcement regarding the cast of Number 1 Sentai Go Jujer. Thank you for your continued support of our program, Number 1 Sentai Go Jujer. It has come to our attention that Maya Imamori, who appeared on the Number 1 Sentai Go Jujer, engaged in conduct that violated the law prohibiting the consumption of alcohol by persons under the age of 20. We offer our deepest apologies for the concern and inconvenience this has caused to our viewers, as well as to the program's sponsors and other related parties. Number 1, background. We received a report from Maya Imamori's agency regarding her drinking behavior while under the age of 20. Number 2, program response. We take this matter seriously and in the interest of thorough compliance have decided to take the following measures. Termination of casting contract and withdrawal. We have discussed with TV Asahi the termination of Maya Imamori's contract, and she will be stepping down from number 1 Sentai Gojuger. Number 3, preventing
Fiber Live, Delulu on Fortnite is on. Are you going to play it? I don't know. I haven't been playing Delulu because, like, A, it's toxic as hell. Well, of course, it's Fortnite. That game is toxic as hell, but, I don't really like talking to, like, strangers. And plus, every time I play Fortnite, I never have my mic on, so yeah, I might not be on Delulu. I might play it after this stream, because I have a battle pass, and I'm trying to get everything done with it. So, yeah.
Reoccurrence and our attitude toward program production going forward, we will strengthen cooperation with relevant parties to thoroughly instruct our cast members on social responsibilities and ethics, and will also re-educate all those involved in programming production on compliance awareness, striving to produce even more reliable programs. We once again apologize for this incident, which has damaged the trust of our viewers. Following this, Maya Imamori wiped her Instagram account and left one white picture with the following apology. It said, I would like to offer...
Yeah, I feel bad. I feel bad for her.
her Instagram account and left one white picture with the following apology. It said, I would like to offer my sincere apologies for the trouble and concern I have caused to so many people due to my thoughtless actions. Drinking alcohol while underage is extremely shameful, both as a member of society and as a human being, and is unacceptable for any reason. I am keenly aware of the gravity of my actions and deeply regret them. I would like to once again apologize to all the fans who have supported me, all those involved, and all the productions and co-stars I have appeared in for the great trouble I have caused. Through this incident, I have reflected on my own immaturity, taken seriously the fact that I betrayed their trust, and will sincerely re-examine my way of life so this will never happen again. I am truly sorry for this. November 8th, 2025. Imamori, Maya. This next part I have only found one source for. It is from akinews.net, and it is a Kamen Rider and Super Sentai fan site run out of Japan. It says, Imamori, Maya's agency and Toei remain silent even after the Bunshan bombshell about her affair and two-timing. Bunshan dug deeper into Imamori and discovered a video of her drinking alcohol on TikTok. Bunshan reported to the agency that underage drinking may be a problem. To avoid a third Bunshan bomb, the agency reported the incident to Toei. Is it true that Toei, unable to tolerate this any longer...
The fact they, fired her, even though they had episode 38 as the whole episode about her character, kind of sucks now.
Asked TV Asahi to remove her from the program.
They can do that with a new Goju unicorn, but, I believe that's already too late now. Because, they are on... and they're almost done with this series. I believe they're on 43. And Kuon has a upgrade. So I think they're past this already. And they can't do, and they already did the Ryu Tegasword transform with Goju Unicorn. They don't have to do it again with the new actress.
This is a note from Aki themselves. It says, I thought that underage drinking was a cover for infidelity and that Toei was being lenient. But was that really the case? If it's 3 outs, infidelity, cheating, and underage drinking, then there's really nothing that can be done. I watched episode 37 of number 1 Sentai Gojuger that aired the...
Yeah, I watched it as well. Oh my god. It was so fucking awful. Oh my god. I edit my videos. I'm the one edit. Oh my god, for rough cuts. Because to get her out, and then the one line with Goju Unicorn in there, different voice actress, all for, and the opening. I'm about to show you the opening after this, but
next day after all that happened, and Maya is completely cut from the episode. Every scene where she should be is zoomed in, or she's removed or cropped out in some way until Goju Unicorn appears in suit.
Yeah, this is the clip I was talking about. Different voice actress.
It's a completely different voice actress. You can straight up tell that that is not Maya Imamori's voice from the episode. It was shown in last week's preview that Maya was recorded for everything. You can see her throughout the preview. In fact, the preview for this week's episode was taken off of the airing, but in a rerun, that preview accidentally aired with it, and as you can see, it was a very Maya Imamori Sumino-focused episode that had to deal with Sumino quitting being a detective and doing things with Oto, her sister, and would eventually lead to her debut as Ryo Tegasword Goju Unicorn, a form that we have yet to see in the show. But for now, we don't know what next week's going to look like. We don't know what that episode will air as, whether we will...
Yeah, hi, this is Firebird Live from the future here. Next week's episode was about Goju... No, it wasn't about... Next week's episode was Deca Ranger.
Just get a recap show because it is a fully Sumino-focused episode, and it's kind of hard to cut her out of an episode that's all about her, or if the episode will air unchanged. That is everything we factually know. There were some claims that a lot of this was centered in racism and xenophobia. The only type of thing that I could see that mentions her being half Filipino at all is that original Bunshan article, and that original Bunshan article seems to be more of a hit piece on the suit actor Kosuke Asai rather than Maya. But Maya does get dragged in, obviously, in that second article and smeared upon a lot more in that second article that was, September 2 months ago, all leading up to her eventual dismissal from Gojuger, which happened this last weekend. So while the claims of this being rooted in racism don't seem completely factual, at least from what I've seen, I've also seen a lot of vitriol online between the two fandoms, the English-speaking fandom and the Japanese-speaking fandom, whereas the Japanese-speaking fandom were pretty convinced that this woman was not only fired for underage drinking, but also cheated on her boyfriend and had an affair with a 40-year-old married man. As you saw from that Aki News article, it's pretty cut and dry what their opinion on it is. The English fandom on the other side is very much in the camp that this girl's agency, Toei, any adult around this 19-year-old failed to protect her from...
Yeah, her agency failed protecting her. Like, she's 19 and this is a grown-ass man who in his 40s.
$9.99 menu. Get two of your faves for only $9.99.
Pizza.
She's I know, but like, I don't care. She's still a kid. She's still in her teens. And it's still wrong.
Thanks for calling Discover. This is Diane.
Hi, I just received my new Discover card. It says cash back on every purchase. What's cash back?
It's new. Buy what you need, earn a little.
Anything going on around her, whether it be the choice to, sleep with a 40-year-old man, if that is part of the story. Like I said, I really think they debunked that in those articles. Whoever the adults were that gave her alcohol and then allowed her to post it on TikTok. And I say all these things fully knowing how it sounds. This is a 19-year-old woman. This is an adult. She can take responsibility for her choices. She has agency. Do I think she's completely 100 knows what she's doing? No, none of us do. So to say that would be weird. But I think to talk about grooming as an adult and to talk about like how people should have stopped her from doing this stuff kind of takes away her agency and demeans her and makes her less, and I didn't want to do that. I do think she understands her responsibility and the weight and gravity of her choices. Does that mean she didn't make mistakes? No. Does that mean that everyone around her also kind of failed her and not helping her with those choices and mistakes? Kind of as well, because as a 19-year-old starting out in this idol system, which you can do any kind of research across the internet, it is flawed, it is exploitation a lot of the time, and a lot of people don't kind of come out on the other side in the best mindset. And I want to say to Maya Imamori, there's just no chance you're watching this, but I really hope you have a support system in place, people who care for you and people who are on your side, watching your back and helping you through.
Yeah, Maya, come on. If you still want to be an actor, Maya, come to America, dude. Because, like, we don't fucking care if you underage drink or not. Like, we have actual, like, children who are underage drinking now.
This terrible time.
Like, I had I had a ex, like a year ago. I had an ex who underage drinks a lot and then does drugs. It's a common thing. It's fucking common.
From all the other research I've done, it seems like this was a choice from Seju, Maya's agency, to drop her, and in that case, they dropped her, and Toei just has to kind of deal with it. I don't think there's anything that points to Toei wanting to recut and re-edit 3 months worth of things that they had already shot. Toei is on a schedule now where they shoot 6 months in advance, and so they already have all these episodes done. There's no way, especially because they have this rebrand coming to Universe Heroes, which we've heard rumblings of. It's because they're not making as much money as they would like to with Super Sentai.
Well, no. Universe Heroes or Project Red. Because Sentai's over now. Like, after Goju, Sentai's gone. Until 10 years or 5 years. When if it makes a comeback. It's just... Jesus.
They're already kind of broke on that front, but if that's the truth, then they definitely don't want to go back and have to redo months and months and months of work that's already done, already shot. It's already sent to places like China to get reviewed for censorship, because that's the whole reason they moved the shooting schedule back so far into this new, earlier shooting schedule. So what I'm saying online and what I'm agreeing with is that a lot of this has to do, and is the responsibility in this, is on Seju. There's even some Sentai alumni who talk about how exploitative the idol system is and how terrible that the agency wasn't around to really help this young woman in her career, in the hardships she's faced in the smear campaign she faced right off.
Yeah, being a actor in Sentai, like, one thing is, as a dream, I wanted to be in a Sentai show or a Kamen Rider show. And that might still happen. I don't know. I don't speak Japanese at all. I have a hard time learning stuff. But like, I want to be I want to be in a Kamen Rider show or a Sentai show. That's it. Make me a side character. Make me a side ranger or a side rider. I want to be in a show. I want to be a Kamen Rider. I want to be a Sentai hero. That's it. But that would never happen.
Off top of the career, I think two things can be correct. I think one, it could be true that she broke her contract. She committed a crime in underage drinking. Two, I think it can also be true that that shouldn't make you lose your job and livelihood in the way that it has for Maya. But like I said, I'm a Westerner. This is from a Westerner's perspective and not a Japanese perspective, because those two sides seem to be at war right now, and I don't really like a lot of the vitriol going on between the two. Westerners are very disconnected from it because we don't speak the language. We don't know a lot of what's going on. We have to rely on these third parties like the Japanese Twitter sphere to translate a lot of this stuff for us before we get to it. I had to pay for a Bunshan membership just to read those two articles because I couldn't find them posted literally anywhere in the Western fandom because nobody was. So I decided I wanted to go to the source. I didn't want to take secondhand information to convey to you guys. I wanted to show you exactly what was written and as it was reported, and I just don't see that happening anywhere else, and I don't like that. But either way, I think there's vitriol being spit way too much on both sides, the Japanese fandom and the Western fandom. I think the way the top wins in any social hierarchy is they get the people down here to fight, and they just get away with anything, and that's what's happening here. I'm not under any disillusion that I can change the Japanese idol system or the Japanese agency system and get Toei to change this, because the fact of the matter is that this show isn't produced for me and you anyways. We don't matter to this show's bottom line or this agency's bottom line because it's not made for Westerners. We watch it pirated, we watch it bootleg.
Yeah. So we watch it pirated and bootleg. Like, this show is not made for us. Japan is like, hey, you got your fucking Power Rangers. Enjoy that. Sentai is not for us at all. Or Kamen Rider. We watch it bootleg. We watch it like pirated.
And it's just, we don't matter to them. So when you take the two spheres that are arguing, and one sphere says justice for Maya, Maya did nothing wrong, Maya should have been protected more, and the other sphere says no, there's the slut shaming going on, there's saying she's, hooking up with people she shouldn't be hooking up with, illegal drinking is bad, she shouldn't be a role model for kids. As a business, you have to look at the side of those that you're actually catering towards, and that's the Japanese fan base. And so that's kind of where we are with all of this going on. Like I said, I'm not in support of what Toei or Seiju is doing in this situation. I think there's way too much going on. I think there's way too much nuance and business going on than I would know as a Westerner. I just wanted to bring you guys the actual reported facts, or the facts of what was reported, so you can draw your conclusions of this and inform you guys in a better way than I'm currently seeing done. I want to end on that I hope this girl's career isn't completely shattered by this. I hope she can find success.
Yeah. I hope everything goes great for her. Now this next video, this is the new Goju Unicorn actress. I know the actress. This is Oni's sister from Dawn Brothers. I love this actress so much. I seen her in episode 40, just like Oni's sister. And this is 9 minutes long.
Hey YouTube, Dawson Ryder here. Welcome back to the Crazy Train. We have even more crazy news about the current situation with Sentai. If you didn't know, recently Maya Imamori, the actress that played Goju Unicorn, was
This is her if you haven't seen her. This is the old interest. Goju Unicorn.
fired for underage drinking. At least that was the public reason. And there's a little more to talk about with that in this video. But the main headline here is Scranton Paper Company apologizes to valued client. Some companies still know how business is done. I'm just kidding. The main headline is we have a recast. We did not know what they were going to do. I mean, we know they were doing reshoots, they were chopping up episodes, but we didn't know, like, are they going to recast? Are we going to have her sister become the character? Are they just going to pretend she wasn't there the whole time? Which, I'm going to be honest, as awful as the situation is, I would have found hilarious. But we have a recast, and it is none other than a familiar face, Kohaku Shida, who played Oni's sister.
I love her. She's beautiful. My type. I love this actress. Dawn Brothers is absolutely my favorite because of her.
In Avataro Sentai Dawn Brothers. Now, I didn't see this particular news coming in terms of it being a familiar face. Like, now that I'm thinking about it, that we have a recast, and this recast in particular, it makes sense, because I think that, for me, I was thinking they're going to make the sister the character. Like, part of me honestly thought they might try to just edit around it and just ignore it and just have her in suit and see if the kids don't notice. I mean, they probably wouldn't have done that, but just because of the way they've gone about this and gone about it so fast, part of me thought that was going to be a thing. But I was thinking maybe they'll just pivot to the sister, because this is a series, as mentioned, where it's not weird to have different characters take up the...
Yeah, it's not weird. Like, we have 2 Red Rangers. One was the 6th Ranger, and then now we have the Red Ranger now. We also had 2 Blue Rangers. One was in the 6th Rangers team, and one now. And then we also had 2 Yellow Rangers. You know, one we have now, and then one for one episode after the main Yellow Ranger lost his ring.
Mantle. In fact, technically it's part of the DNA of the show to have these rings pass around. The
Yeah.
sister's such a part of the storyline. I'm like, naturally this would be a way to pivot it. Pivot? But then thinking about it, this makes a lot more sense. Given that we're down to the wire, they're obviously on a time crunch, it's probably easier to do this because you don't have to rewrite so many scenes. Because they're probably currently filming scenes, you know, reshoots, and they're going to be filming new scenes with her. I'm going to imagine there's going to be some weird scenes that are a splice of footage they've already done, and like solo coverage of Oni's sister. But that's probably much easier to do because you don't have to rewrite entire scenes. Like if they had the sister become the character, you'd have to rewrite the storyline and change things around. But with this, you can sort of shape around what you've already done. And then also having somebody familiar kind of makes sense because maybe they're hoping to endear the audience that might know who she is. And also probably it was easier to call in somebody like for a favor. I'm going to imagine like maybe like, hey, we're in a tight spot. You've worked with us before, rather than holding like an open casting call. And apparently she's going to make her first appearance in episode 40, which I don't know, for me just is such an insane turnaround. Like we had episode 37 be like chopped up to all hell. And then 38, well, the original version of 38 is now removed, and presumably what was episode 39 has become 38, which will probably be chopped up. That's about to air basically within the next 24 hours, I believe, of this being posted.
Yeah.
And then episode 40 will be probably a chop up of what was original 40 and then this. I don't know whether they will reshoot aspects of original 38 with Oni's sister and put that out.
They did reshoot 46. I know like for Blue Ranger, like yeah, they reshooted 46 for like, you know, Dawn Brothers
Or
references.
just kind of forget about that, or maybe they'll like seed in small elements of it. But man, what a roller coaster this has been. Again, the turnaround just is crazy to me because I feel like if this was TV here in the US, they would probably pull it from air for a few weeks while they figured out what to do. But the fact that we seemingly won't miss a beat and didn't even take it off air for 1 week is crazy to me. And especially with this familiar face, what makes it funnier to me is the way Gojuger is, like in terms of as a series, where at the beginning of the series opened up with one of the biggest surprises for me in Sentai of all time in a way, which was having Taya show up and then all of a sudden transform into a King Oger rather than Boon Red.
Yeah.
It's just crazy because I wasn't expecting, like I know it was an anniversary series, but the way it went down was, like I said, super unexpected. I wasn't sure where they were going with it, and at the time was super exciting because I was thinking, oh man, this is such a cool story idea. Maybe we're going to see...
And then yeah, we did see past Sentai. we seen like 3 past Sentais. We seen him in here, and then the Blue Ranger from Kimmer Ranger, who transformed into Batterfreba J. And then we have the Pink Ranger from Dome Brothers, who transformed into the Red Go Buster. And now we have the Yellow Rangers from Dome Brother is now the Black Ranger and Ghost Ranger.
As Sentai actors in the series, and they don't remember who they are, and they'll be wearing different suits, and then maybe they'll come back later and get their memories, kind of like a Geo-ish situation. And I thought that was so cool. And then they really did nothing with it. And there has been now other Sentai actors in there, like Blue Buster. Is it Blue Buster? Is it?
Oh yeah, I forgot about Ray. He was in there here. He was Zen Kaiser, and then the Zen Kaiser Black and Maji Ranger Red. I forgot about it.
Like that color with that. Regardless, Blue Buster, his actor, played Ray, and so that's not unheard of. Also, to have past Sentai actors come in and play new characters. The one that always comes to mind for me is Magi Yellow, then playing Beat Buster later on. So that's not unheard of to have Sentai actors play a different role compared to other franchises where they might have. More
And then you have like Bokanger Silver play Courier Silver. No, Courier Gray in Koryuger.
Connected universe, and you don't want to have a recast or something like that played by a familiar actor. So that's not unheard of. It's just uniquely funny in this particular series because they opened up with this device that I thought was going to be important for the anniversary, and then it didn't matter at all. And then now you have a main ranger from a previous series playing another new main ranger, and it feels quasi-recent too, which is kind of crazy. Like, I always wonder how many kids will notice. Like, obviously the older fans will notice probably whether or not you're following the news, and it's not like it was a random character that was a B character that hung out at the cafe. It was a main ranger character from a series that I guess is a little while ago now, but still it's quasi-recent. It's not like this was somebody from Go Onjo or something. This is like a few series ago, which is nuts. I'll be so curious to see how these episodes feel. Like, I get a feeling 39 might feel similar to 37, maybe a little less weird because they had more time to look on it. Well, 38 now. But I'm just curious, like, all these episodes with her, how much you'll be able to tell, how it will feel going into the end. And yeah, just what a crazy situation. And like, even before this came out, there was more info or rumors that came out about the situation with Maya Imamori. There was one rumor I saw that like supposedly with this affair scandal stuff, there was going to be a situation where she was going to like apologize to some people. And
yeah, we saw all of this. But yeah, now let's show you the openings. What happens? I can't show you the new opening from recent. But here is the first opening whenever Sentai showed up, I believe. Yeah, the first opening when, Sentai showed up. When Go Shooter came out. So... You. So that was the first opening from when the show first came out. So this opening came out in episode 2 of Gozuger. Now we reach to Goju Pola. Alright. This is the custom opening for, Goju Pola when he came out. The second opening. Goju Pola, Goju Pola, yada da 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 da. Da 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 da, Goju Pola. Yeah, so that was the opening for Goju Pola. Now we reach the third opening because we didn't get Goju Pola opening at all anymore. That was the only one. Now we get the third opening now with their Six Ranger. I believe this is the. Yeah. Then, this is the episode when, they remove Goju Unicorn. See, they showed like clips from the episode. I hate that. I really do. Like they're showing us the whole episode. Yeah, they remove her. And then this is the recap episode 39. See, they did much better showing the Sentai, well, showing the universe suits. Yeah. But yeah. This whole thing is kind of silly. Damn it. Like, it's very silly. Yeah, she ruined her career underage drinking. But like, here, us in the state, we don't fucking care about that. We do not care. But I believe I should end this live off because A, it's getting late. It's like 12 in the morning. But I hope you guys do well. See you guys next time. And this is my last live for 2025. I'm going to post one last YouTube video before 2026. So like, see you guys until I upload. But this is the last YouTube live for 2025, and I hope I see you guys, well, in my last video, but in 2026 when I go live again. And upload schedules, it's going to be going back as normal. 2026 is going to be a great year, better than 2025. I really hope 2026 will be better. Like, I will talk about it in my video, but hope you guys do well. See you guys next time.